Good afternoon. That echo is fierce. How are you all today? Hopefully everybody is having a blessed day. Well, shalom for stopping by. Just thinking about the conversation earlier. You have a beautiful spirit, and I'm praying that all goes well for you and the family. Nobody's like this, but there. So, how has everybody been? What's going on this week? Need to make dinner for children. So peace. Yes. Enjoy your dinner. So I wait a few minutes, see if anybody else joins in. And yeah. So, mm, I'm feeling blue. From your I'm feeling blue. I deleted the children's video and photos by accident. Can't get them back. From your phone, because they should be automatically backed up. Oh my gosh, I know the feeling. Yeah, I always try to make sure I keep my stuff backed up. I know I shared Saturday. No, I shared it Sunday because I thought I lost it. The little clip of the red and yellow spread. That's the one I was looking for. For what? To open something. Open what? Lara's little tracker because I need to check the battery. I thought I lost that little clip of the park, and I actually sent it like private message on Instagram to somebody, and I didn't find out till the next day that I didn't lose it. But I had pictures, but I wanted that little footage. But yeah, I keep my things backed up um, in my Google Drive, but most phones automatically back up things. I know I have accidentally deleted all of my pictures, but luckily they were backed up.
Man, that is not good though. I am sad to hear that. So, see, the room is pretty much empty. I don't know why I didn't snatch that stuff off the door, but the walls are done, except for the maps. And is the whiteboard down? Yep, it's down. I've just been pulling stuff down. But yeah, everything's done. So just a couple things to throw in the box and tape up empty boxes. But that is where I am with this process, ready to go. So let's see. We are going to talk about homeschool freedoms. What are your homeschool freedoms? I know I can say there are many big ones, but the biggest homeschool freedom, you can't get this in school, in public schools. And the sad part is they are teaching them the pledge and under God and all of that. And where's God? There's no God in school. And so that, for me, that is the biggest freedom, to be able to teach from the Bible. It's just the main textbook instructor guide that that I could have and use. If I had nothing else, that would be it. I would be happy and we would thrive. Another, let's see, it's just, there's so many freedoms I can think of. Along with that, the freedom of knowing that my children are not being improperly influenced by a teacher or by other children. I don't have to worry about, the day-to-day coming up uh, with corrections, constant corrections for them coming home with other children's behaviors and uh, potty mouth and things like that. Shalom, Miss Vicky, how are you? Another big one for us is unnecessary illness, the freedom from unnecessary trips to the doctor for germs picked up. I just am so grateful to be free from that. And in turn, to not have to miss work for having a sick child home from school. That's just, the freedom. Can you all relate? Hmm. The freedom of not being tied to a schedule, not having to get up and the morning hustle. I'm free. I don't have to worry about lunches, picking clothes out, making sure hair is done, making sure everybody's shoes are not missing. Hello, Saida. How are you? Um, yeah, that's just so freeing. We're not homeschooling in PJs, although we could, but it doesn't matter if their clothes match or not. The freedom from having to purchase, so many going out clothes, I wouldn't trade that for the world. Not that, um, they don't have decent clothes, but you all know uh, that also equals more laundry. So there's a lot of payoffs to this. Submit to Christ says, Shalom, Vicky. Saida says, today you are looking very pretty. Wow. Oh, thank you. Thank you much. I appreciate that. I've just been, I don't know. This isn't my normal day to day, but just lately, just moving around and just packing. I just haven't had time for myself. And sometimes this happens around this time of the day or later just because I'm busy. But yeah, I figured 5 minutes for myself. I need to, this is something I should have done this a couple of days ago, take his polish off because it was done, but I'll get to it. Um, can you elaborate more on the comment you made before about not needing to teach everything? The children don't need to learn everything. Did you always feel this way, or have you just evolved to it? Vicky is asking. That's just me. I see a lot of before this, social media. That was my philosophy because that's how I am. I'm a very, I was a teenager, like preteen, 12, 11. I wasn't going outside. I was reading the encyclopedia and the Bible on the weekend. So I was naturally uh, knowledge driven. And I felt that, the teacher didn't have to tell me that. My mom didn't have to tell me that. She purchased them and I took advantage. And if I was able to learn everything that I did on my own, then I felt that my kids could do the same thing. I don't have to teach them all that stuff. I teach them how to read, to or help them learn how to read. They can read it for themselves. And because in school they only learn so much anyway. Here, at home, we have the freedom to uh, customize. That's another freedom. We can customize what we want to learn. But again, there are some things that we might not get into. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to learn it. I equip them with the books, so I'm very picky about my selection. I know what to give them or what to seek to say here. If I know we're not going to go really deep into it, they can read it. And they'll read things and tell me things. So that I appreciate. It's in a book. That's the reason why I put so much into books. It's nice to visit the library, but I've always had an extensive book hoarding issue. So, and I write, so I'm going to go buy the book. But, yeah, I follow state standards. Make sure I cover it. I don't have to go in depth, but I make sure I cover whatever it is they need to know about Stephen F. Austin. We're in the state of Texas. Okay, we're going to cover that. They want to know about Davy Crockett and the Alamo. Okay, we'll cover that. We're not going to go deep into it. You can read a book. So yeah, but that's what I've seen. Coming on social media, everybody is feeling the pressure to teach everything, and you simply can't teach them everything. It's just impossible to do. There's not enough hours. There's not enough years. And using curriculum, even textbooks. Don't be a slave to them. Let them be your roadmap. But on a map, there are lots of twists and turns, lots of standstills. So just let that be a guide. Don't feel that you have to stay tied to it. If you're on chapter 20 for a month, stay on chapter 20. Okay, I just want a clarification. My husband said I put too much pressure on myself, and it stresses me out at times. I am finally getting it though. Vicky, yes. It would drive me crazy because, with multiple children, you simply can't stretch that far. And rely on them once you train them to help themselves. It's just like you teaching a child to do chores, clean up after themselves. You spill something, let's take this rag and let's clean it up. First they spill it and you clean it up and they just watch. Eventually, they're old enough to learn how to do it themselves under proper supervision. Hi, Cherish, my daughter. And then later on, they have been trained to know, okay, I spilled something. I need to clean it up without being told. So same thing with schooling. Once they know, they can pick up a book and read it. When they have questions, they come back to me if they don't understand or they need clarification or they just want to conversate. That's what we do. So more times than none, especially with my high schoolers, I don't require them to do book reports or any of that type of thing when I'm giving them literature or any sort of book and then they are to follow up with the movie. I give them the book and I just want them to read it. That's it. I don't have to, what do I do? Quiz them for comprehension. I don't really have to do it anymore because I know they read it. And they will come to me and we'll talk about it. So, yeah, it takes a whole lot of pressure off. And I can gauge their learning by what they give back to me. So, listen to my kiddos in the back. Right. Vicky, Submit to Christ says, I was not able this week, going through some things. Okay. So, I'm interested, in you all. What are some of your homeschool freedoms. Trying to think, throwing away what doesn't work. Yes, yes, throwing away, exactly. Yes, and actually being able to say it doesn't work, because in public school you get a curriculum and it has to now I do this. I do use textbooks, but I can cater the style to everybody because I know everybody's learning style. But in school, using the textbooks, it's just a one size fits all. So I like being able to have the freedom of customizing. And so I know I spend a lot of time talking with you all about not jumping in and buying curriculum. Don't do that. Don't come on watching videos and this and that. You can watch reviews and things like that, but you have to be very careful. Have your own list of questions about that curriculum and see if you get your answer when you watch that video. And if you don't, then it wasn't as helpful. But you need to spend a good couple of weeks watching your children, especially the little ones. Watch them play. That is the biggest clue to their learning style. Just watch them play. No schoolwork. Just watch them play. If they go pick up books, play school. I was one that always played school. So it's no surprise that I like school and teaching my children and teaching other children because that's what I used to play. Some kids play house. They want to be mothers. But watch them play, and that will help you. If you see children building things, using their hands a lot, um, that's what they're, you know, geared for. They're not going to be really book-based children. You have to, they like manipulative. If they're constantly singing, marching band, making drums, musical instruments, then you have to get something that is auditory. Zion, hold on 1 second. That was not a good sound. Come here. Oh, all right, somebody stepped on somebody's toe. So, yeah. Cheers, my daughter. Yes, it is hard after spending money, but sometimes you have to start over. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, sometimes you do have to start over. You have to put things aside because it just doesn't work. You may have to take a different approach. And again, that's why I'm just so careful. I see all the new curriculum and things like that, but I have to research it. And a lot of times it's not new. When I see somebody showing something I've already explored. But there are some things that have popped up, and I'm like, oh, let me go check this out, and instead of just going to go and buy it, um, I can't see. buying something and it doesn't work. But what I do is, uh, I don't know if it's like a workbook or something like that, or something I haven't had experience with. I will buy it. If it doesn't work the way it was made to work, I'll use it another way. And so, it's not a total waste. Um, yeah, I kind of know what they like, and I've been lucky in that sort. Just knowing how my kids gravitate toward things, and hopefully they stay the same. Like my younger son, he's very hands-on. The one thing I have not invested in is snap circuits. He's not responsible enough yet, but that's something that's coming. He's very STEM based. We have just connects and big Legos and things like that I've been blessed to find at the Goodwill for less than $5. But that's something that I know that will come when he's responsible enough. He's just not there yet, but he loves to engineer things. He gets that from his dad. He's a IT consultant, so he builds computers. So he's very stimulated by that. And I'm like, that's a very expensive hobby, kid. But I think I think he'll be good in that aspect. My 3-year-old, I see, is very musically inclined. So we've already got the instruments, and it's just about me whether I hire out, help. I have the freedom to do that. In school, you just have to take whatever music, and it's in elementary. It's not that much. It's one big class. It's not private music lessons. I have the freedom to either teach or hire out, which I've done before. So that is where I'm going with them. I have one that is also very athletic. I did have girls in gymnastics when they were younger. I see another one that should be in gymnastics, um, but I haven't gotten there yet. But again, I have that freedom. We may have to schedule class during actual school hours, and that's fine. Whereas if they were in public school, we wouldn't have that freedom. And that's another thing. Being in public school, you have to deal with the after school and the extracurriculars and the shuttling here and there. Now that can be, the same homeschool, but the schedule is not so rigid because you can do morning or afternoon being at home versus, every Wednesday at 5 o'clock you have to get to dance class, or every Saturday you have, uh, soccer, and then you have gymnastics, and, that kind of gets crazy. But at home, you have that freedom to just do whenever. Somebody's sleepy. Oh my goodness. I think they are needing a nap. Has anybody had children in public school and are now homeschooling? What are the freedoms that you've noticed? She's sleepy. Aaliyah. Let's see if she's gonna come in here. I guess they worked it out. I have definitely noticed the past month different types of behaviors trying to get through this move. They have been completely off of our routine. So I'm looking forward to June so we can get back on some real schooling. See, Cherish, my daughter says, yes, it is hard after spending. Okay, I already read that one. So yeah, how do you, when you pick a curriculum or material that doesn't work, how do you determine that it's not working? Go tell Olivia to come here. Oh, okay. She's sleepy. That's her sleepy cry. She's fighting sleep. Come here, Leah. Mm. Leah. She's exhausted. Um, let's see. Trying to refresh. The comments are slow. Okay, here we go. I'll go back down there. Back down there. Oh, somebody asked, let's see. Vicky asked, submit to Christ, how did the sewing go? Yeah, how did your sewing go? Did you get anything? Where she at? Why did you change it to the morning that so now we can watch? Because it's too late. It was supposed to come on Wednesday, but now it's Thursday. Well, because it's on the DVR. Don't worry about it. What's the DVR? It's recording. My kid, he's making excuses to not take a nap. Vicky, oh no, submit, you deleted the video and photos from your phone. That's so upsetting. I know. Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to let it go, but it's hard. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's another thing. Um, Another freedom. You are with your children all day, especially through the fun times. And you get to capture through video and through photos. You get to capture every triumph, every defeat. And that's just it's a freedom that you can't really compare. You know, in school, they are just, they have to come home and tell you about it. I know I'm grateful for having them home and being able to be with them. Just knowing that I am the one helping them learn, teaching them, and not just abandoning them. I don't just introduce things and then kind of let them figure it out. That tends to be what happens in school because the teacher is so spread out between all the students. Sometimes they just need to have their hands held for a little while. Being able to experience children read for the first time. It's just like walking. You just those first. It's always those first. Uh, Being able to experience all of them throughout the years, that's just priceless. I'm trying to think, has anybody been faced with um, hold on, let me read Vicky. I'm getting to feeling better about it every time I'm having a bad day or a bad week, and I start thinking I can't do this anymore. Something tragic shows up in the news. Yeah, don't watch TV. That's one of my. I can't. And social media, I have to limit because the stuff. Social media is more of a news outlet than the news because the news is curated. So it's hard. Hi, mulatto mommy. It's hard to watch the news, but I don't watch it, and I have to very well watch my social media because I can't stomach some of that stuff. Good afternoon, Miss Jewel. How are you? You okay? Yeah. No. You can lay right there if you want, or you want to go get under bed. Hmm? Or you want to go get on my bed? No. No. Well, can you wait? No. I think you can. You can wait a minute. I'm not even gonna say. Um, did you hear about the little boy who committed suicide? He was 8. I have not heard about that. I haven't even been on my social media. I just posted something on Instagram this morning, and that was it. I was talking to a another subscriber this morning or this afternoon. Don't get me wrong, I love homeschooling and the idea of it, etc. And realize it's the best way for us. It's just a stage in my life that I'm in. It makes it very hard for me. Bullying, wow, that's sad. But I've definitely been there, and it's not. It's by the grace she was saved. Vicky says, yes, I saw that. So sad. Jill says, great. Had a busy day, but sitting down now. Glad to finally catch you. Yes, yes, we've been missing you. Vicky says, yes, I'm tired and crazy most of the time. Yeah, that's how I've been lately. Tired and crazy. So, Miss Mulatto Mommy, how is baby? And how are you? Did you guys take a break? Or are you still schooling the boys? That's another thing. Homeschooling and having a baby, the freedom is so free, not having to get up, especially if it's winter or it's pouring and you have to take a newborn out to take a child to school. Been there, done that. Don't want to do that again. Don't have any newborns. Don't plan on having any more. But yeah, um, I'm giving you all's freedoms away. But I'm sure you all can relate. But I love all the freedoms that come with it. If we are going anywhere, we can do it during the week. Which, yes, we can travel when we want to. Yes. Knock on wood. Yes, ma'am. I'm knocking on every tree in the yard. I hear you, Faith. Y'all, I don't know who I was watching. I can't remember. I saw something this morning. I don't know if it was a picture. And then I said to myself, I'm not going to say this on the chat, but I think I was having a little bit of baby fever. And then I have to go knock on that tree real hard. I just feel strange because it's been so many years. It just is not normal for me. So I'm just enjoying my no more baby, and it's weird. It's been 2 decades and I've never experienced this. I'm like, hey, I'm grown now. So, yeah, not quite empty nest, but I think the Most High knows that I've served my time. And yeah, Faith says, think about the newborn sleep deprived stage. You know what? That's one thing. Somebody was talking about that the other day, and then they were saying they wish they had not watched things because that's what they thought it was. I didn't get that. My baby slept. Even the twins, I didn't log back then, but I didn't lose any sleep. They slept. I slept. Everybody was fine. I had to get up and take the kids to school, and I didn't have any problem. All my babies slept. I served my time. You sound like Miss Sophia with that one. Yes, ma'am. Do I have served the Most High? Got me. Last time I said that, he was being a little funny, and somebody else came along. So um, I'm gonna just keep knocking on them trees. Does anyone have a remedy for mosquito bites? My son has bites that are itching him to death. Um, I'm trying to think. I can't. It escapes me. The most common is calamine. Um, what do you call it? Oatmeal bath. Face says your newborn slept all night. Lucky you. Yeah. Now it's that 3-year-old. I don't get no sleep. I don't know what's wrong with that girl. See, you can hear her now. She fights sleep. She's telling us that she does not want to sleep. She wants to stay up all night. And then she'll wake up. Mom, wake up. You can't sleep. I'm like, I'm asleep. Quit bothering me. Come here. I thought you were taking a nap. Because it's daytime. Say hello. Do we have any tears? You be quiet.
No.
Yeah, oatmeal bath. Even Avena makes oatmeal bath. Um, pretty much anybody you can pick up an oatmeal bath or just make one. But normally just let them bathe in it and rub it on their skin. Cool water, and that usually just stops it. Um, give them a dose of antihistamine, and that should take care of that overnight. Hmm. Are you going to go to sleep on me? You are one heavy chick. Say I got I'm over there asleep. But yeah, she would wake me up 3 o'clock in the morning, telling me I can't sleep. Are you sleepy?
No.
You're not sleepy. Your eye hurts.
Yeah.
It's because your eye is tired.
No.
She gets so tired. She tries to hold her eyelids open. All right, go to sleep. You go to sleep. Yeah, she is I don't know. The older she got, the more restless she's too she stopped taking naps a long time ago, and she has a tendency of having